First of all, thank you so much, Mark, for taking part in this quiz. I want to introduce you. We are live from Mark Smith's truck, somewhere in New Zealand, I believe. So where are you, Mark?
So right now I'm on the coast of New Zealand. I'm looking out across the ocean. I've got my little property here that I've been working on. It's known as Northland in New Zealand, which is specifically Whangarei Heads is where I'm at.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So I'm going to kick off with my favorite question, which is, how would you describe your job to a 5-year-old?
How would I describe a job to a 5-year-old? I make candy and ice cream for adults.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if I'm explaining to a 5-year-old, that's all they know, right? Lollies, candy, ice cream. And I just do it for adults. And so that's probably all I need to know as a 5-year-old.
But can you sell candy to 5-year-olds as well?
Well, it's not so much selling it to them. It's saying that what my job is I make candy, I make ice cream, and I do it for adults. That's probably more to the point. Not selling it. It's kind of like, that's a bit creepy. Like, hey, little girly, would you like a sweetie? Well, no.
Yeah. It's special candy just for special adults.
Exactly.
I like it. That's a good one. That's good. So this candy making business you run, what's the best thing about it? The best thing about your job? We can stop talking to 5-year-olds now.
Okay, I get to eat the candy as well. Okay, so no. The best thing is probably the global reach of a career in this space. The ability to find comrades in arms, like-minded people, community really anywhere in the world. It's kind of like you can find a common ground, you can find a connection, and you're going to say, hey, I'm into the power platform dynamics, and people are, me too. Like, can I take you for coffee? Can I take you for a beer? And I found that whenever you're traveling around the world and stuff, you have this massive extended family, and I reckon that's probably about the best part of it. And I love the technology.
Yeah, good. I think you've got to love the technology.
Yeah.
So speaking of your globalness, you're quite well known for your global travel, living and working all over the world, I think is a big thing about the Mark Smith brand, as well as your podcasting and controversial YouTube videos. But what are you known for by your friends and loved ones? What are you known for?
What am I known for? For probably being a bit of a futurist. I'm always kind of coming up with ideas of what the future would be like, and they're like, oh, he's off on a tangent again. And being controversial. So like, if there's religious people in my family, not if they're the religious people in my family, I'll want to test their fortitude in what they believe, I suppose, by being challenging enough. And often when I challenge, I do come from a well-researched background, so it kind of leaves them in a quandary of thinking, have I got this right or not? I suppose, yeah. Controversial.
Leave people questioning everything they ever believed in.
Yeah. Yeah, because I do all the time. I'm always questioning what I believe in, because I don't think that anything is absolute. Gravity might stop one day.
It's true. So any futurist predictions you've made that have come true recently?
The biggest one was Dynamics 365 is dead. I said that one last year, and I've had a lot of people back that up. The future is always the power platform now. What else? What another prediction? My biggest prediction, which I think we're living through now, is that what we're living through is the new normal. It's going to be like this for a long, long time. And I just think that a lot of people have been liberated from an office-based working environment, which this virus has brought around, that wouldn't have been possible without it. I don't think companies, I've come across just in recent times so many companies that didn't even realize the amount of tool set they had, like particularly with something like Teams. They've been buying it for a while. It's been part of the Office 365 subscription. and they've never had a need to use it because we just meet in person, and now there's a compelling reason. And then the flip side goes, wow, we're wasting a lot of time commuting. Why are we doing that when we can be just as effective? And doesn't mean we're not going to ever be social. We're always going to be up for a drink at the pub, but it doesn't mean that we have to do work in person all the time. And I think, that's my current prediction now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you'd have not too many people disagreeing with you on that. That brings me on good topics. So people have got pretty down about the whole lockdown thing. There's been awful things that have happened. But for you, what's your one best positive thing to come from lockdown life?
Nobody steals my cocaine. That's probably the biggest thing. I don't have to share it with anybody, which is amazing, right? No, that's rubbish, of course.
I like it. I'm just going to leave it at that.
It's too expensive in New Zealand. I'd have to move back to Sydney for that, which is where you play. No, the best thing, absolutely by far, and I'm sorry to go a bit soft on you, but I've been able to spend, 2 months now with my wife 24/7, and it has been amazing. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. We get on well. Just before lockdown, she had an embryo transfer that took finally, and so she's pregnant now. So that's been amazing. And we've only just recently found that out, and so it's been a 6-year journey to try and get to this point of being pregnant. I've finally worked out how to do it. I've got a lot to do with it as well, but that's been the best bit.
Wow, congratulations. And that's so exciting to be there and enjoy and celebrate that for so long together as well. That's so great. Amazing.
Exactly. So
good. Made my day. Okay, that is so great. So I'm going to hit you with some fun, quick fire questions. Awesome. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? That's the first question.
No.
Mic drop. Okay, so would you rather live without the internet or live without air conditioning and heating?
Live without air conditioning and heating.
Yeah.
Too easy.
Oh no, I struggled with that a bit.
How would I watch porn without the internet? It'd be impossible.
I know, but I'm still sat here with a hot water bottle and a blanket. It's cold, man.
Yeah, I can keep warm if I've got porn.
That's true. Good point. I'm going to quote you on that one someday. Okay, would you rather have to read aloud every word you read, which is a lot for you, or sing everything you say?
Read aloud every word.
Yeah? You'd have so much to teach the world. We'd never hear this in silence.
That's it.
Okay. Would you rather wear a wedding dress or tuxedo every single day, or wear a bathing suit every single day?
Wear a wedding dress.
Wedding dress.
Yeah, I think I could hook up with some choice guys if I wore a wedding dress.
Yeah. Would you include like the headdress as well?
Yeah, absolutely. The veil, you mean?
Yeah.
Or the tiara. I think I'd go for a tiara because it would complement my unicorn wig. So that's what I'd go with. Yeah.
I love that. I'm going to bring in that rule.
Yes. Do it.
Okay. Would you rather randomly time travel either 20 or 20 years forwards or backwards every time you pass wind, or teleport to a different place on the earth, could be land, could be water, every time you sneeze?
The first option.
Windy time travel.
Yep, windy time travel.
Yeah. That's so much fun.
Yeah, and become super wealthy.
Yeah. But what if you can't control it? Because every time you pass wind, you're going to time travel again.
Well, I'd be there. Well, I'd get very good at control.
When passing wind could cost you millions, crikey, that's an interesting.
Yeah, I'm good at edging, so I reckon I could be good at controlling wind.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm relieved. Okay, and what's one thing that you enjoy doing that others might find a bit weird?
One thing I enjoy doing, Physical work, like building stuff, digging. I just, concreted in the first post of my outdoor shower that I'm building. I did that this morning. So, physical labor, stuff that's away from the computer, which is, I was brought up on the farm till I was 18. And I like going back and doing that type of kind of work that doesn't require thinking, but massive satisfaction at the end of the day.
Yeah, I have to agree. I don't find that word at all. I think that's awesome. All right. And my last question, serious, but interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What's your number one tip for anyone who's starting out in the Power Platform or wants to get more involved? What's your number one tip of how to help them get more involved?
Number one tip, without a doubt, would be at least speak 6 times a year at a user group event.
Okay.
The reason is, I say that, I'll justify why I say it, because you'll have to prep for that speaking session. So it's going to be 6 times that you're going to prep a topic to speak. And when you prep a topic well, you learn it well, right? Because you don't want to be exposed. And that's where the whole, that type of fearful exposure taken a bit further than necessary can come into, the worry about being found out or lack of knowledge. And so often what it does, the flip side of it is it can drive us to prep really, really well. And I just find that if you have to publicly speak on something, you want to know it well so that you add value to your audience. And so therefore it causes you to study better, prep better, so that you can deliver that. And so that's why I think if you spoke, once every 2 months for 12 months, on a new subject at a user group event, I think that would help you heaps.
Absolutely. I can vouch for that one as well. That's an awesome piece of advice.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for sharing some of your brains, some of your time, and your
excellent.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else you think we should steal a bit of their brain? You've interviewed a lot of people, so is there anyone you'd recommend for one of these interviews?
Yeah, I reckon you should get Tash Quinn.
Tash Quinn, okay. Who is that? Tell me more.
You know who Tash Quinn is?
Yes.
Natasha Quinn. She's I think either the CIO or CTO of DXC Australia.
Probably not.
She's based in Melbourne. She's just moved recently back from London. She's she's amazing. She knows her stuff when it comes to dynamics, the Power Platform, that type of thing. And she's a good laugh, and she can outdrink me any day of the week.
Awesome. Well, I best go and do some research about my company and go and find out. Thank you so much for your time, Mark.
My pleasure.